Friday, March 17th. Hello, everyone, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Today, I'm going to give you an unadulterated look at our garden. It's a little bit messy because I haven't cleaned it up. I normally do a little bit of tidying for a video, so bear with me if it looks a little bit messy. Here's our wasabi plant. So I thought I'd start off and show you what it looks like. And it's been growing here for about a couple years now. One thing I was very surprised about is how slowly it grows. It seems to be happy. We have it behind all of this wire because the chickens got in and one time ate all the leaves, and it's growing back. Let me kind of stick my hand in there for some type of scale. And next time you see it, it'll probably be potted up. I think it's ready to be potted up now. I try to keep it simple by using a little bit of soil. If you followed along previous wasabi growing attempts, I started off very complicated with a stream and all that stuff, and it didn't work out. So we're just going to try just soil. And one thing I've discovered from growing broccoli successfully is that plants can handle more sunlight than we think they can. So here in Southern California, it's warm, where you're not supposed to be able to grow broccoli or even grow it year round. I discovered that you can, so I'm applying some of the techniques from that success of growing broccoli. Here's our garden. Here's some of the seedlings that remain. I've transplanted probably half of them. This year is a very wet year. This is probably part of a 30-year cycle. The last time Southern California or even California got this much rain and snow was about 30 years ago in the mid-90s, and I still remember how much rain we got. So this is not typical. One thing that I like to do when it rains is I like to get all that roof runoff and have it siphon onto our ground as much as possible. And I've dug some berms and swales to help some of that with the pooling so that it can get down. But I'm at a point where we're gonna let the rainwater go off the property now because I don't want this ground too saturated and I don't want it to affect our foundation. So if you can imagine, over 16 inches of roof runoff. I've collected most of that and I've pumped it back, or I've had it come back this way. So one of the things about our garden is the soil. I optimize it for our dry climate, so I use a lot of clay, and with clay it holds water, it holds nutrients. That means we don't have to water things daily. We can water it once a week or even once every few weeks. But at the same time, this clay will retain a lot of water, and it can create issues. For a very wet year like this year, it could actually drown our plants. Like for instance, over here, you can see it's very wet here in this container, which has a lot of clay. You can see that clay in there. And so we have to change how we plant this year. If it continues to be very rainy, where we get 1 to 2 inches every week, then we have to change the way we plant our things. So one way is to hedge our bet by using a grow bag. This will drain out water really quickly. The other way is we may have to adopt practices from people who grow in very wet climates. Like for instance here, this is all clay, so we hill it a little bit so that the plants in here, the sunflowers and the cosmos, don't drown. In other beds, we have the brick paver down there that helps with the drainage, so I'm not concerned about those beds, but I'm concerned about too much water and it leaching or flushing away the nutrients from there, and we lose it into the earth, and the plants won't get the nutrients they need, and we have to use more amendments. So we'll watch the weather, but I may throw a tarp over onto this bed because we have this cage here, and the tarp will just go on there pretty easily. This is to protect our bed from a raccoon getting in and digging out. So once these tomato plants establish some more, we'll remove this cage. So we have the Costaluto Genovese tomato plants. These are further along. We started them earlier in the year, and then this one I think we started a couple of weeks to a month later. And then tucked in here we have some Gailon, and these are just hibiscus. And here is a Fiorello 70 cauliflower, and these are things that we can grow year round here in Southern California. some more Gailon. This is early jade. One of the things I've been working on, if you caught some of the videos last year, is growing strawberries. So we got some strawberry bare roots. This is the Mara des Bois strawberry, and I'm hoping to be able to get a really good harvest of strawberries. So we got some, and that's something that you're probably gonna see if we're successful this year. Lots of strawberry harvests. Other than that, this garden is just filling in. It's getting warmer in Southern California, and the other thing that I've been holding off on is a dedicated video giving an update on how our grafted tree is doing. So we have a lemon part, and then over here this is a blood orange part. This video is a month overdue. I really got to get to it because these oranges are going to fall off soon. But if I don't, you can see here, this is a graft of a Bahubza blood orange, and then over there that is a Eureka lemon, and this is in comparison to Bahubza blood orange all by itself. So yeah, that's pretty much it for what's going on in this backyard garden. I'm going to continue to pot up some plants, sow more seeds, and grow some more. In the front yard we have all of our vegetables. So we have let's just go out there. If you have a few moments, I was trying to keep this video short, but let's go out there and see what we have out there. This is where we grow our vegetables, our staple vegetables like broccoli. And since today is St. Patrick's Day, I'll show you our cabbage. Some timing a cabbage for harvest on St. Patrick's Day is something that was on my goal, and we were able to do it this year. And what I like to do is I like to harvest and eat the same day, rather than keep this in this fridge storage. And the freshness is what I'm really after. So this is a Danish ballhead cabbage, and here is another brassica. This is the Fiorello 70 sprouting cauliflower. We have succession broccolis. Here's one that we harvested from yesterday. It's still producing a lot. This is the Eastern Magic, and you'll always see some type of plant that's in succession. That's another cauliflower that we have down there. I hope to get cauliflower before it gets too hot. And then we have artichokes. So last night we harvested our artichokes, and now artichokes are in season here. So the main one's been taken out, and the purple ones over there, those are purple Ragmania artichokes. And then our wheat, this is what we're growing for fun. We're growing it also as a hedge to delineate the sidewalk in our property. So this is our wheat. It looks like it's finishing up. It'll be interesting to see. I have a hand crank mill for making masa, so we can use our mill to mill some flour. So that'll be fun to do. All right, I think this is a good point to sign off. Thank you for visiting our garden. I hope to come back with more interesting updates. We'll see you in the next one.